My dear friends and colleagues at my home agency, the Treasury Department, greetings from Manila, Philippines, and happy Pride. I'm overflowing with joy and honor to be given this incredible opportunity to be with you today and to celebrate Pride. Sharing this stage with other distinguished guests makes this moment even more special. Please allow me a few precious moments to express my admiration for each and every one of you. In my 23-year career with retirement in 2014, the Treasury Department holds a special place in my heart. During the challenging times of 2008 to 2009 financial crisis, I worked alongside many of you, witnessing your dedication and commitment. I remember those days when fiscal services had yet to be consolidated with FMS and BPD. I had the privilege of working closely with some of you during my tenure at OMB as well as at Treasury. I had the honor of collaborating with your Fiscal Assistant Secretary, Dave Liebrick, when he led FMS. I truly understand the magnitude of your work and its profound impact on our nation. The recent resolution of the debt ceiling crisis further showcased the significance of your daily efforts. Believe me, even the remote corners of the world that I engage with now are affected by your invaluable efforts. I sincerely thank each one of you for everything you do. Having been in Manila, the home of the Asian Development Bank, or ADB, for over a year now, I am finally finding my stride, seeking to make a meaningful difference. This is not my first time here, as President Bill Clinton appointed me as the alternate U.S. Executive Director, and for a period, I even served as the acting U.S. ED. The experience is undeniably exciting and yet undeniably daunting. The geopolitics of the region, coupled with the re-engaging role of the U.S., have significantly changed since then. The issues we face today are more intricate and urgent than ever before. Allow me to take you on a personal journey, reflecting on the theme of looking back. In 1960, when I was merely 6 years old, my grandmother bravely smuggled me out of China to Hong Kong aboard a boat. Raised and educated by nuns, I was bestowed with the name of a Catholic saint. It wasn't until I reached adulthood, after 21 long years, that I reunited with my parents. Most of my youth, up until high school, was spent in Asia and the Pacific, giving me first-hand insight into the struggles and challenges faced by the majority in this region. I eventually came to the United States, pursued my education, and proudly became a citizen. During the administrations of Clinton, George W. Bush, and Obama, I served my country in various capacities, retiring during the presidency of Donald Trump. During my 5+ years of retirement, I embarked on a journey to explore the world, visiting remote villages in rural India, Vietnam, Laos, Burma, and far-flung cities in Siberia with my camera. Through these encounters, I met villagers and locals, capturing their portraits and experiencing their unique stories. Additionally, for the last 4 years of his life, I've had the privilege of being Congressman John Lewis's photographer and videographer during his annual congressional pilgrimages to civil rights sites in Alabama. These pilgrimages invite members of Congress to walk in his footsteps and etch the struggle of his people into their hearts, never to be forgotten. Being so close to this giant of a man, a living saint in our midst, was an incredible opportunity for me. Congressman John Lewis spoke of love, exuded love, and led with love. He also emphasized the need to make good but necessary trouble and to build a beloved community. His words profoundly resonate with me, even in my current role at the bank. When President Biden nominated me to be the U.S. Executive Director at the ADB, making history as the first openly lesbian and LGBTQ+ person of color ambassador in U.S. history, it marked the first time I was invited to bring my whole self to a job. While I had never concealed my identity, I was never actively encouraged to express it fully. I performed well, but only a fraction of my true self was present. This new role compels me to speak up, represent, and support our LGBTQI+ community, both across the Asia-Pacific region and back home in the US. I cherish this opportunity, yet it also instills fear within me. I'm afraid of falling short, of not being able to deliver everything our community deserves. This fear is particularly potent in many countries in our region, where archaic criminal laws and discriminatory practices persist. Currently, 17 countries in Asia and the Pacific still maintains criminal laws against same-sex relationships. The Asian Development Bank, with its 55-year history, provides financial assistance of approximately $25 billion annually to 49 countries in the region. The US and Japan stand as the largest co-shareholders at the ADB, which encompasses a total of 68 member countries. I'm sure many of you are acutely aware of the multiple crises affecting the world, most profoundly felt within our region. As countries struggle to recover from the pandemic's onslaught, they now face the spillover effects of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, resulting in soaring fuel and food prices. We witness extreme cases like Sri Lanka, where these effects have plunged the nation into a political crisis. Moreover, climate change poses an existential threat, severely impacting millions who are already living in precarious conditions. In the past year, I have traversed many countries in the region, particularly throughout the Pacific, where people's homes stand merely 6 feet above sea level. Even with a 1.5-degree increase in global temperature, many of these island nations will face imminent destruction. Hence, the work we do carries an undeniable sense of urgency. Recent estimates by the bank revealed that the LGBTQ+ population in Asia ranges from 5% to 20%, where some suggesting that our LGBTQ+ family members in China alone number around 70 million. Extensive research indicates that LGBTQ+ individuals often find themselves at the lower rungs of economic ladder. In my visits to each country, I have made it a point to meet with the LGBTQ community, and I can personally attest to the veracity of these facts. Now I wish to seize this moment to shed light on 3 significant areas of work that have consumed my attention since assuming my role at the ADB. These areas are crucial to advancing inclusion and creating a better future. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable steps taken by the ADB towards fostering inclusion. In October 2022, in Bhutan, I had the privilege of witnessing the outcomes of the consultative process that led to the formulation of the Gender Equality and Social Inclusion Framework, or GESI, within ADB's South Asia Department. It is truly inspiring to see how this framework identified sexual orientation and gender identity as a systemic disadvantage and recognized the untapped potential in engaging policy dialogue and operational responses. I firmly believe that this approach should be replicated across all other departments within the ADB. Secondly, I have actively advocated for the inclusion of SOGIESC, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and sex characteristics, protection in the ADB updated safeguards policy statement. The ADB safeguards policy is currently under review, and our engagement with the bank and the LGBTQI community has been significant. Safeguards ensure that no ADB-funded projects harm the LGBTQI+ community. Thirdly, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of establishing connection with our international and regional networks. Over the past year, I've had the honor of participating in the Asia Conference of the International Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Trans, and Intersex Association, ILGA Asia, in Ho Chi Minh City in 2022. And more recently, I gave the keynote speech at Sydney World Pride in 2023. These experiences provide first-hand insight into the challenges faced by grassroots organizations tirelessly fighting for LGBTQI+ rights. In April 2023, I was heartened by the warm welcome extended to me and the ADB delegation at the World Bank Group IMF spring meetings in DC, where ADB's commitment to a SOGI-esque inclusion shone through in every meeting I attended. It served as a powerful reminder that our efforts extend far beyond the ADB and that we're part of a global movement striving for greater inclusion and acceptance. Lastly, I want to emphasize the crucial importance of collaboration, particularly with the U.S. government. The USAID LGBTQI+ coordinator comprehends the critical significance of collaborating with the ADB and other multilateral development banks, or MDBs, to further its commitment to SOGI-esque inclusion. We are dedicated to working together, considering the unique social-cultural context of our developing member countries, and aligning with the legitimate aspirations of governments, LGBTQ civil society, individuals who should never be left behind. Together, I'm confident that we can achieve extraordinary feats and forge a world where every person is treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity. Once again, I extend my deepest gratitude for your unwavering commitment and dedication to the work we undertake. Let us make most of our time together and ensure that our efforts truly serve those we're here to support.